Tonight.
It's so accessible. It's so anonymous.
It's an addiction living inside your kid's phone.
By 18, I was addicted. I ended up in rehab.
The secret world of teens and online pornography.
A warning for parents. Experts say one of the biggest audiences watching online porn right now, children.
Experts sometimes refer to it as digital heroin, with kids becoming the biggest groups addicted to porn.
Addicted, not just watching it randomly, addicted to it. Investigative reporter Stefano Dipietrantonio live downtown with what we can do to keep our kids safe. Steph?
Hey there, Trish and Rob. You know, a decade ago, kids might have tried sneaking into an adult store like this one to get a sneak peek at something naughty. But today, experts say kids need to look no further than right here on their smartphones. Get this. Experts say the average age of kids exploring porn on their phones is 11.
Pornography is literally 2 clicks away. The first click is to the website. The second click is saying, I'm 18. And as soon as you click 18, they're introduced to things that I don't even think parents are aware of.
These devices and all of the content they bring you are very addictive.
Online porn, up to 70% of it viewed on iPhones in the hands of kids, getting hooked by accident.
By 18, I was addicted to pornography. And by 18, I ended up in rehab.
Brianne shared her story with the website fightthenewdrug.org, a site devoted to raising awareness on the harmful effects of pornography. It cost her parents $40,000, she says, to put her through a treatment program, but today she is free.
There's just so much stuff out there. As soon as you turn on your phone, you're just flooded with it.
We caught up with 23-year-old UC student Tyler on Halloween. He preferred to keep his mask on, but says adult content is almost impossible to avoid. Can you remember the earliest age that you recall seeing something inappropriate on your phone that your parents didn't know about?
Probably sometime in high school, like maybe when I was first on Facebook.
Parents are buying their kids iPhones at like 10 years old.
And with many families going all mobile, the chances of younger kids being exposed are greater than ever.
My first phone was a little flip phone when I was in probably like 5th grade.
Not much danger, Rachel Henderson says, since those first phones could not access a lot. But even before she was a teenager, a friend stumbled across some bad stuff online.
I was like in middle school, like, oh God, get that away from me.
A young mom came up to Stephen J. Smith after one of his presentations for the online magazine he launched, awiredfamily.org.
My 3rd grade daughter was introduced to pornography on the school bus by another 3rd grade boy. The young lady was startled because she had no idea what she was witnessing.
Kids may not even realize what it is they're viewing yet.
They just will keep doing it without not knowing it's wrong.
Until it's too late and they become addicted.
The brain becomes rewired. They don't understand what they're seeing, but as they become acclimated to it, they become desensitized.
We asked our tech guru, Dave Hatter, about a product called Circle.
You plug it in to your network, and then basically you can set all kinds of interesting rules.
Parents remotely control everyone's devices at home. You can pause your child's movie when it's time for dinner, or shut their devices off at bedtime. You can also filter adult content out from dozens of sites, but part of the problem is the technologies we rely on are banking on the fact they're addictive.
You hear the term sticky, right? They want you to stick there and come back there.
But when it comes to social media and controlling porn exposure, parents have a lot less control. Apps like Bark can step in where parents cannot.
Basically, this thing is filtering everything they're doing out on social media, and it's looking for certain things like bullying or pornography or whatever, and then it will alert you when it finds these kind of things.
All right, so get this, some big numbers for you. 50% of 10,000 kids that awiredfamily.org surveyed, this is from Greater Cincinnati all the way up to Dayton into northern Kentucky, they have no tech-free zones in their homes. There was no monitoring. So the kids they interviewed had access to their devices all day in their bedrooms, in the bathrooms, with no supervision. So here's what they recommend. Creating a strategy, write a contract, and set the rules of engagement for the smartphones. Set those tech-free zones, and here's the most important thing. If you can do it, stick with them, and it should keep your kids safe. Live downtown, Stefano Dipietrantonio, Fox 19 Now.
Tonight, imagine you're in public and out of nowhere an obscene photo shows up on your phone. and you have no clue who sent it to you. Now imagine someone doing the same thing to your kids.
You're in a public space and a lewd image pops up on your phone and you have no idea where it's from or who sent it to you.
Investigative reporter Stefano Dipietrantonio is here with these disturbing details.
How one setting on your phone could leave you and your children vulnerable, right, Steph?
That's right, Rob and Tricia, to cyber flashing. It's the 21st century version of the old open raincoat. You get flashed, then that perv takes off while you are left in shock. Only now, you have no idea who that cyber flasher is. And they could be right next to you using an eye-popping iPhone feature called AirDrop. AirDrop, Apple's file sharing system, is supposed to make it easier for all of us to instantly swap photos, documents, almost anything with trusted family or friends.
There are bad people out there who will take advantage of this.
But our tech guru Dave Hatter says leave it to the creeps to spoil a good thing. Cyber flashing you their private parts.
Cold range, Northgate.
It happens when you least expect it. On a crowded bus, on a plane, maybe waiting on friends at Fountain Square or at the mall. When something curious appears on your phone screen.
It would never occur to me that someone would say, I think I'll take an inappropriate picture of myself and just randomly fire it off to anyone's phone that I can find within the general vicinity.
So we placed Melissa Collins, a busy mom, on a bench inside the Liberty Center Mall to show her how simple it is for her or her kids to get cyber flashed. We checked the AirDrop menu on her phone. Going like this, there's the menu. And if you look right here, it says AirDrop off. But if you just touch on there, a new menu pops up, receiving off, your contacts only, or everyone. If it's set to everyone, anybody within a 30-foot radius can drop anything in your phone. We're sending her an innocent emoji, but victims of cyber flashing have gotten a lot worse. It was as easy as selecting an image, clicking AirDrop. Melissa's iPhone showed up in range. I clicked on her phone's icon, hit send, and boom.
I just got it.
It happens that fast. AirDrop is supposed to work at most from 30 feet away. So we measured 30 feet away from Melissa and hit send. Again, she got it.
I use a Mac for work, and other people in my office also use a Mac, so they can AirDrop documents to me, to share documents.
Faster, she says, than trying to email and copy everyone with attachments. The entire office can get those documents in seconds. So when you're done sharing at work, do you change your settings?
No.
And that could leave her open to unwanted images or worse, being AirDropped on her.
The possibility of you getting something potentially much worse than an anonymous picture of someone's genitalia, something like a virus, malware, keystroke logger, or something that could do you and your family some serious harm because it steals your information, steals your identity, wipes your bank account out, or who knows what else. That in my mind is the real risk.
So have you ever had anybody try to drop you something that wasn't professional?
No. I have not. No, I haven't.
And there is no easy way to identify who that sender is, but it can be done.
It's like so many things on the internet, Steph. You're anonymous, but only to a certain degree. Everything you do is leaving tracks, and you really have to know what you're doing to try to cover those tracks.
It's very scary. I have a 13-year-old son. He turned 13 in May and just got a phone in May.
We set her AirDrop back to off, but is her son's?
I don't know. I need to find out.
She has seen AirDrop used, though, to stop unruly moviegoers.
One of my friends was at a movie, and someone down the aisle from her was on the phone and got AirDropped from someone else in the theater that said, it had a picture of her on her phone. So they knew she was on her phone and they wanted her to get off.
She was disrupting the movie.
Yes.
Smart way to use it right there. Now, Android devices can also share files using Bluetooth, but you got to go through several steps to even make that happen, and both parties have to agree to connect. Now, to make matters a little complicated with iPhones, it used to be just as easy as scraping up like that and you saw the menu on your phone, but Apple just released the new iOS 11 update last week, so if you updated your phone, you're going to have to search for something that looks like this for AirDrop. You can also find it under your general settings, then look look for airdrop. Either way, get it off the everyone setting so you don't get cyber flashed. Stefano Dipietrantonio, Fox 19 Now.
Yes, Steph, I did that update, and I was looking for it right as we were talking. And it's funny because I took a photo of Rob when he wasn't looking. I was going to just try to shoot it around to whoever came up, but they disappeared. So maybe they got turned off by you or me. It's one of the two.
Sorry. But good information, because I don't think we know how vulnerable we are in terms of our phone and what we store on it, right?
A woman's remains stored in a local morgue 2 long years.
This is someone's mother, daughter.
Clues that lead nowhere.
Not every missing person wants to be found.
The mystery that's now an obsession. Tonight, Fox 19 Now at 10.
Two faces haunt the Butler County Coroner's Office.
That is right, a man who's been a mystery for 20 years.
And this woman in the morgue, more than 2 years.
Investigative reporter Stefano Dipietrantonio is here with the one thing it could provide, and it could help crack both these cases, Steph.
Rob, Tricia, that one thing, 3 simple letters, DNA. And despite having solid samples of it on both that man and that woman, who they are remains unsolved. It's a case ripped right out of the pages of the Hardy Boys mysteries.
For us, it was Hardy Boys, and oh my gosh, there's intrigue.
The Wilhelm brothers, Parker, Cole, and Caleb, found a human skull hiking in this wooded area of Westchester, just minutes behind their home.
He found it. I didn't believe him.
It was during one of winter's last gasps, March 7th, 2015, when Parker tripped on a stick.
And I fell and I kind of looked back and I was like, what did I trip on? And I saw kind of the top sticking out of the snow. We started digging it out. Then once we pulled it out, it was shaped like a human skull.
And despite DNA samples, no one's been able to identify who case number 15-174 is, otherwise known as Jane Doe. The boys brought her skull home. Parker says their mom freaked at first.
I mean, I wasn't like, but I was like, this doesn't happen to everybody.
Their father, Randy, called Westchester police.
Once the police came, I was like, oh my gosh, this is real and this is happening.
The responding officer reminding them of the gravity of their find.
He turned the corner and saw the skull. He took his hat off and he knelt down in front of it and he prayed, which is, I think, pretty remarkable. And that reminded me that someone died here.
She was essentially completely skeletonized.
Amazingly, Butler County Coroner Dr. Lisa Mannix recovered some 205 of her 206 bones, but with no flesh, there was no way to test for toxicology. Do we know how she died?
Right, we don't.
Dr. Beth Murray, forensic anthropologist at Mount St. Joseph University, examined her and found nothing to suggest any trauma. They estimate she'd been there 6 months to a year.
She could have come from anywhere.
And that's what makes this case so baffling. No clue how she died.
Although it's my job to determine cause and manner, in this case, I'm really more concerned with identity.
Westchester police ran her DNA. She has no criminal record.
My concern is this is someone's mother, sister, daughter, and they don't know where she is. Maybe they don't know she's dead.
She had no ID, wore light clothing, a red striped shirt, blue Faded Glory jeans, and these black S&S shoes. Entering all of her information into the NamUs website.
There were over 1,800 women who would have fit that profile that are missing in that database.
So based on skull dimensions Dr. Murray took, a forensic artist in Arizona came up with 2 images of what Jane Doe might look like, right down to her hairstyle.
We had a hair mat, so we knew the length and color of her hair.
Wow, all right.
Pretty much exactly.
It was her lower jawbone and these unique dental implants they thought would solve the case, taking them all the way to Switzerland to the implants maker, Straumann.
We're able to get a lot number off the implants and contact the manufacturer.
With the help of an intern project at Mount St. Joseph University,
we contacted 270 dentists.
Wow.
And said, have you seen this person?
FBI leads took them clear across the country. The American Dental Association even ran this article in their national paper, which helped rule some people out. Hard to say, though, how long she may have been missing.
And as someone reminded me, not every missing person wants to be found.
But without a DNA match, Jane Doe remains the mystery in the morgue. But the one thing you can do, give a DNA sample. Get your information into the NamUs database. It could help solve hers and any number of cold cases. Straight ahead, the man who's been a mystery for 20 years. The clues in his legs, liver, and skull coming up. Stefano Dipietrantonio, Fox 19 Now.